All right, folks, welcome back. Rudy, Alpha Investments. This is a little tinfoily, hatty, rumory mill, uncertain video, but I want to at least put it out there for people who are not informed yet. This morning, woke up, made a couple tacos for breakfast, looked over, started looking at the old emails, and first person emailed me says, "Rudy, dude, I left my F&M. We were allowed to be in person, but we can't tell anybody. It was like the secret thing we had to do. We all had to wear space helmets to be safe." And I said, that's kind of cool. But we weren't allowed to wear anything else but the space helmets. I said, okay, well, that's kind of disturbing. But he sounds like he enjoyed himself. So that's all that matters. So this gentleman contacts me and says, "I don't have proof. I want you to know there are God boxes out there with Kaldheim." I said, what? What are you talking about? First email says that there are God boxes with the Kaldheim draft boxes. Some individuals, this says he was at an LGS. He claims no video proof. So again, it's not an official tendy. We don't know yet. But as of right now, this gentleman claims that there are Kaldheim draft boxes. I don't know if it's just first print, like some sort of old school Zendikar first wave crap, or if it's just in general. He claimed out of the store who opened like multiple cases that they had one particular box, and it may have been a misprint box, that the land slot behind the rare or mythic in foil, whatever, the actual land slot was replaced with a God card in every single pack. Just want to lay that out there. And then an hour later, I got an email that pretty much said something similar. Said, "Rudy, just got back from my LGS basement, and this one, we were allowed to wear everything except helmets." I said, okay, I'm really confused on this helmet thing. I don't know what's going on. 2021 is better than 2020, but it's weird. It's kind of crazy. Am I right? Diamond hands, craziness, emoji rockets. Everyone's taking on Wall Street. It's crazy. It's nice, though. It feels better than 2020. Am I right, everybody? It feels like everyone's uniting on a common ground to go after the pitchforks that is like evil hedge funds or billionaires. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. I mean, some of them probably a lot of them probably deserve it. Anyways, not all of them. So the next guy contacts me and says, "Hey, man, I just left my LGS. Dude, I took a picture. Here's a picture, but of course we didn't videotape it because we didn't know what was going on in the moment." He claims he also saw a draft box open on his little midnight pre-release thing at some point wherever he is in the country. And he claims that he saw a similar thing where 36 packs had 36 God cards. Not in the rare slot. He claims also that it was in a different slot outside the rare mythics. I said, okay, well, this is kind of interesting. That's two people. Now, again, these could be the same people using different emails, trying to bamboozle me. So again, I'm making this video because I want people to be aware. If you are going to crack boxes, when you open the box, record just opening the first pack or two. So if you notice something weird in the first pack or two, keep recording. If you don't record it. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So in other words, before you open a box of this new Kaldheim, just hold your phone, turn on the camera, rip the wrapping off. Please don't take it off camera. Don't do anything shady. And at least open the first pack or two, or I guess it's the first pack. And if it's something weird, keep filming. If it's not, turn off your phone and delete the video. Again, until we get some sort of video evidence of it, it's not official, doesn't exist. But I wanted people to be aware. I did get a third one. This individual claimed something a little different, and I didn't think the set boxes were fully out there yet. This individual claimed that him and his friends started cracking set boxes, and their store was going to try to do like a mini set box for Kaldheim mass box opening at only like 90 to 120 boxes. And he claimed out of 120 boxes, or 90 or whatever he did, sorry, I forgot, I was just skimming through the emails. He claimed out of around 100 boxes, they did open one box that was a set box. And in the set box, they experienced something similar where there was a God card in each pack. Now, this individual wasn't very specific, and I don't know if he means it, like the God card replaced the list slot, or the land slot, or the foil slot. So there's a lot of weird things going on right now. Until we get some official video evidence, I'm very skeptical on what is true, if any of this was even true. And again, we've had situations in the past where we think there's something exciting happening, and it just turns out there's just a couple defective boxes. You know what I mean? I think that was kind of the case, like when it comes to the, I just remember a couple years ago, Unstable, the Unset. Remember how everyone was pissed off because it was so difficult to get a foil full art land from Unstable? And then all of a sudden, there were people opening a box of Unstable, and every pack had a $50 foil full art land. So it was like insane. The box was worth like $2,000. Looking back at that, the fact it was so rare and it was improbable, I actually look back at that event for Unstable, and I'm actually thinking it wasn't really a God pack box type situation. I actually think there was just a couple defective boxes. So that's something that's also kind of difficult to distinguish between. If there was just a couple boxes where some Timmy was working the late night shift at Cardin Monday, saying, whatever, just throw that print sheet, put it in that slot, and just kind of, he took an extra sheet on the machine or whatever, put it in the wrong spot, and there's just a small batch of product, maybe 10, 20 boxes that just happen to have something weird. We don't know. So that's kind of an unknown variable. But I at least wanted to let people know it's kind of exciting. I think it's kind of neat. As of the filming of this video, I think Kaldheim expected value, again, post pre-release night, is sitting at TCG Market at exactly like $101, which is not that great for a product that's not even fully out yet, but it's not as bad as I've seen on the other products like Theros and, Zendikar and, Ikoria. It's a little better, but it's nowhere near the way things were back in the day, and that's the sad part. Just to refresh everyone's opinion, like when I did my Core 2012 mass box opening years ago, and I started with my 240 boxes. At the time of release, Core 2012's expected value when I did that was like 150, 160. Now, there wasn't a TCG Market. That was only TCG Mid. They didn't track Market back then. So even if you take off an extra 10%, that'd be like 130, 140 for a Core set back in the day. When I did my mass box opening on Khans of Tarkir had fetches. That's such a bad example. When I did my mass box opening of Dragons of Tarkir, at release, I was really bullish on Dragons of Tarkir, even though it did not have any fetches. When I did my mass box opening, I think it was 360 on that one, on booster boxes. At the time, I think at release, it was like 130 to 140 expected value. So I was like, even if you chop off 15% for shipping and fees, I was netting like 110 a box, which was really good because at the time, Wizards had the lower price point, and I was only paying like 75 a booster box, not today's 78 to 80. So if you're paying 75 and you're netting 110, dude, think about that, folks. You're netting 35 a box times almost 400 boxes. It was a really good time to be a part of Magic, and that really helped fund my other ventures in the Magic world. That was a really good time. So that's where we are at, folks. Kaldheim. The collector box is still kind of a little too new, still a little too soon. I know some of the stores have converted over that if they are cracking packs for singles for their store, they're doing the collector boxes now instead of draft. I do know some other stores are actually only doing set boxes for mass box opening moving forward because they like the idea of you're betting on the value of Kaldheim at release plus 30 days, but you're also throwing the dice where if each pack, every box of the set boxes you open has 30 packs instead of 36, but then you get 30 chances at the list. So of those 30 dice throws for the list slot, usually about 3 or 4 of them are going to be rares or heavy hitters or mythics or something spicy. So that adds a very significant variable, and it really makes up for, even though you lost a few packs compared to 36-pack standard, you're throwing the dice at higher value outside the box kind of slots that are not part of Kaldheim. So that's where we're at, folks. I want to inform everybody. Kind of is what it is. Not really too dramatic. I'm really interested to see how this happens. There's not really a lot of hype around Kaldheim. And I don't know if it's a side effect of cannibalism from this Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Weiss, Flesh and Blood, and Pokemon, or I don't know if it's literally just, it's still doing fine, but compared to the other crazy markets, it feels more diluted. It's kind of a weird time for Magic. Magic feels like it's trying to find its place for 2021, at least for the new stuff. The old stuff is just forget it. You can't even find it anywhere. But the new stuff, it feels like it's trying to wiggle its way, and we'll see what happens. That's really all I have to say. I think I'm just going to walk slowly off camera and see what happens.